Hey, I'd like to show you some of the ideas I have on how to change one of the maps for Battledome VR. It's something that I've done mainly for fun and mostly just a few different ideas that I thought might be interesting to discuss and to see what people think about. So this is the first map of Battledome, and it has a number of changes, some of which I've thought more or less more of, and some who just seems like they would be kind of nice, but I don't know. It's just suggestions, so nothing that I necessarily think that must be done. So I think one of the most obvious things is that the map is no longer completely symmetrical. It's I guess maybe you could call it like rotationally symmetrical. So this here is symmetrical to this piece here, and similarly this piece here is sort of similar to identical to this piece, and also like all of this area here is like identical to this area. So it should still be like a completely even game between both teams, but I hope that this could allow for some more variety, because I thought that there wasn't it was kind of boring that it was exactly the same on both sides of the map, so to speak, both to the left and to the right. So what have I done and why have I done it? Okay, so we can start with here. So one of the problems with with this area, the sort of top plateau near the enemy's base, where you're shooting at the core. One of the problems with that was that once you got there, you could sort of spam your colors on the opponent's sort of home area, and that always felt a little bit boring, especially to me, who is someone who loves to sort of paint everything to get it to be able to, like, from my own start area, I like to be able to fastly get out of there and into the sort of action. And it didn't seem so fun to me to be able, for the other team or for my team, to be able to spray this sort of area with their color. And it's still possible, but I have made a few changes. So one of them is that when you're up here, if you are sort of the attacker and you want to shoot this core, you have a few options. So one is, if you want to shoot this core, you sort of have to be in this rough area, okay? And what that means is that you are susceptible to attack from this ledge here, which is available for the defenders. And this ledge is it's really only its only purpose really is to be able to defend against attackers who are sort of camping up here. So if someone is standing up here and sort of attacking your core continuously, you can stand here and instead of them having sort of the high ground and being able to spawn camp you more or less, you have sort of an ability to defend against them. This might be sort of too powerful for the defenders, but I don't think so, because the attackers can still sort of stand behind here or stand behind here and sort of look forth and shoot. So I think it should be okay. Also, if as an attacker you actually do want to spawn camp, you could also go here. So there's sort of two opportunities for that. One is here and one is here. But as you can see, if you want to do that, you are a little bit more exposed than you are in the current map. So it's sort of a trade-off that you have to do between being able to attack the core or spawn camp, like attack the people who spawn, versus being able to actually like being shot at yourself. Hopefully this works decently as a trade-off. I actually also thought about making this and this have sort of a roof, something like this. Oops. Something like that, and that would essentially mean that you can't really just stand here and shoot colors over. It will be harder to shoot colors just raining down on this area, which I think would be kind of nice to avoid, because it doesn't feel that fun. So maybe some kind of roof here would be fun. Would be sort of good for protecting against that. And the other thing is, if you if you're up here and you instead want to sort of shoot the defenders who are trying to get out from your base, you can stand like here, for example, or you can stand over here. But if you do that, the idea is that you're actually exposed from behind instead. So you have to choose, like, regardless of what sort of option you're doing, you will be exposed to in one direction or another. Except if you're here, you can be here and sort of shoot defenders. But if you do that, then you're not near this area where you can't quickly go back and forth between this sort of fairly defended area and this offensive area against the core. So I thought that could be a nice trade-off. Another thing that I think might be nice is this area here. So the idea is that this is I made this ledge quite thin so that if you go up here you are quite exposed, but if you get up here you have a really good sort of view of of the entire level, and you have a good position for shooting anyone in this sort of area.